Hey guys, Clark here from Lung Reviews. Got a little quick tutorial here on a box mod I did the other night. The G&H V2 from Vapor's collection, if you guys have seen it. What I'm doing today is I want to show you how to care and clean for this thing. Being as it is balayong wood, and it comes from a climate that's basically 90+% humidity all year round. Especially I'm in North Carolina. It's really cold and dry right now. And I haven't had any problems with mine yet. Don't think I'm going to as of now, because of the product I'm about to show you and how to use. But I have had wood boxes in the past, especially with the battery doors, how they warp, and this is going to prevent all that. You will notice that mine is a little bit more of a red color, especially the door here. You can see how nice and flat mine is. There's no rattle from corner to corner. Everything is nice and tight. The reason for that is, Hazel did post this on Vapor's collection site. It's this stuff right here. This stuff is a varnish. Read the instructions on the back. I'm going to show you the way I do it. This stuff, basically what happens is it gets into the wood and penetrates the wood and actually turns to like a polymer, almost like a plastic inside the wood, and causes it to be really structural and kind of hardens the wood. It's basically a higher, more high-dollar version of linseed oil, but it works really well, and I've had pretty good luck with it. This is the low gloss. They have high gloss. I would have probably bought high gloss if they'd had it when I went there. I actually got this at Ace Hardware right down the street from my house. But I'm going to show you what to do. You can actually handle the mod shortly after you use it. If you have time, do it the night before you go to bed. Put it on when you wake up in the morning. It is dry. This will probably be the 7th or 8th coat I've put on here as of this video. So just, take the RDA off. Let's see, let's pull the batteries out. I haven't actually done the inside of the box, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So you can see the inside, the difference in the color of wood versus that. So, everybody that's got one of these is going to know that that's pretty much the way it comes when you buy it. So, this is the end result. So, what I'm going to do is take this, give it a good shake. This stuff doesn't really smell that bad. It just kind of smells like varnish. Get you a Q-tip. Put a good amount on there. Take this and basically just rub it. You don't have to put a lot, but you can already see the difference in the color right there. Just keep putting it on until you've covered the entire inside. And then I'm going to show you what you can do on the outside and how to apply it. The first couple times I used a paper towel. Paper towel tends to shred a little bit, and it gets that papery stuff all over the wood. So I don't really recommend a paper towel, but I did use it several times, and it did its job. You can get this on the metal. It won't hurt anything. At worst case scenario, it might be a little sticky later on, and then all you got to do is just take some soap and water and get it off. Okay, so basically now the inside of the box, you You can see it's shiny, so it's obviously still wet. That will dry in about 5 minutes. So basically now it's the exact same color as the rest of the box, and the entire box is coated. I'll probably do that 2 or 3 more times. I'm going to show you how to do the outside. This is a really disgusting rag. It's what I clean everything with, all my mods. But just kind of take the corner, a clean spot, just kind of dab it once, and dab it again, and you get just about that much on there. You don't want it soaked. And you just take and wipe like that, and that's all it takes. You don't have to rub really hard. You just kind of wipe it down. If you've ever stained furniture, it's basically the same thing. You just don't want to you don't want to saturate it. And then the inside of the door, do that again, and the outside. It really just brings out the beauty of this wood. I mean, look how nice that wood looks now. It looks really deep. And it's almost dry. You can still kind of see a little bit of wetness right there on it. But already over here, where I'm touching, there's like nothing on my fingers. It's already dried up. Stuff dries really quick. The first couple coats will take longer, but after the 3rd or 4th coat, it does dry a lot quicker. And you know, it gets on your fingers. It's a little sticky, but I mean, soap and water will take you right off, or put on gloves. I work on cars for a living. My hands stay filthy. I don't care about a little bit of grease. But you can see the back already is dry. There's nothing there, and it just turns the wood beautiful. And the first couple times I did this, I actually handled it and was vaping on it while it was drying. Didn't leave any fingerprints, but I just keep rubbing it, kind of rub it into the wood, and that's it. Done. You won't have any issues with this cover warping. Now, the other point I do want to make is with this cover. If by chance it does warp, and there's a slight chance it can, I mean, you can see mine is off just a little bit. What I suggest you do is take this cover. Everybody's got Pledge or something like that in their house. Take some Pledge. Spray it on a piece of clear plastic wrap for like food, saran wrap, whatever. Spray it all on the saran wrap. Lay the piece of wood down in it. Spray it on the top of the wood and fold it up. Get you a big pot. I got a pot sitting over there right now. I got a big buffer that I buff my mods with. It weighs about 4 or 5 pounds. Put something in the pot. Fill the pot with water. Put a brick, something in there. You know, 5-10 pounds of weight. Set it on this overnight. When you get up in the morning, all of that Pledge, all of that furniture polish will have soaked into this wood. It might actually be too big and expand to the point where it won't go back on here, but once it starts to dry, it will shrink back down, and then at that point, stick the cover back on, put this stuff on it, let it dry, put your 3 or 4 coats on there, and you will never have an issue with this again. There's no way to keep this wood from warping. There's a couple of boxes I've got that are made out of cherry. There's some that are made out of red oak. Those are very, very hard woods indigenous to this country, and they're not susceptible to climate change like these woods are from the Philippines. So any of these woods from the Philippines, if you have a camagong wood, million wood, balayong wood, all those woods from the Philippines, this stuff will work on. Hazel did post a picture of this bottle on Vapor's collection. She had some high gloss, and this is what she recommends. So I already had some of this. I have already been using it before, so I knew it did work. About the time she posted it was about the time I excuse me, ended up with this box, so I went ahead and put it on, and know, the color hasn't changed since I put the third or fourth coat on. It's kind of stabilized now to the point where this is the way, the color it's going to stay. You can actually, like I said, put this all together while it's drying and handle it. I think that once you put enough coats on, it really doesn't penetrate the wood anymore like it would normally on the first or second coat, like I said, because it does get into the wood. So that's it. No issues with mine warping. It sits nice and flat. As you can see, it snaps right down on there with no issues. Like I said, you can rock it back and forth from corner to corner, and if it was warped, you'd hear it. Mine is perfectly fine. So, after all that, I've worked up an appetite for a little bit of vape. And I hope that what I have done here today helps you guys out. If you do have any other questions, I'm sure Grace or Hazel will have no problem getting in contact with you. By the way, this is a Competition Kennedy. This thing still just amazes me how quick this thing ramps up. And the beauty of this wood once this polish is put on. I mean, don't get me wrong, I liked the color of it when I got it. It instantly became my favorite mod. But once this polish is put on there, you are just going to love it. Anything stainless, and I've had some brass stuff on here. Once this wood turns this color, I don't know, for some reason the brass just looks better on it. But anything stainless just looks amazing. So, I hope this helps you guys out. Go out and buy some of this stuff. Again, it's called Forby's Furniture Polish. It's about $7. Like I said, I found mine at Ace Hardware. I'm sure Lowe's, Home Depot, all those places have it. And remember, vaping's a lifestyle, and life is good. See you next time, guys.